Hey guys, MediaNutso here, and welcome to week 4 of the Diamond and Pearl edition of Learning League Saturdays. Well, as we get closer to the end, and we're just about we are just about out of lessons that were produced during that series. For this week, we're covering 5 more. This week we'll be tackling 5 more, and then next week we'll be tackling the last 4. Well, one of that mutter of a starter. Let's get things going. For tonight's lessons, we'll be tackling the topics on transforming energy, patterns, comparing and contrasting, self-control, and simple verse tenses. So with all of that out of the way, let's get things started with our first lesson up for tonight: transforming energy.
What time is the contest? How far away are we? Will we make it on time? Do you know where we're going?
The contest doesn't start for hours. We're not far. We're going to make it with plenty of time. And yeah, I know where we're going.
All right. I guess I'm just nervous. Are you sure we have enough time? It's getting kind of dark.
That's not dark like night dark. It's just dark from that big cloud over there.
Oh, do you think it's going to rain?
Yeah. Come on.
Look, a cave.
Let's go!
I'm cold.
Yeah, that happens when rain pours down all over you.
Pikachu.
I know, and I'm hungry too.
Oh, this is just awful. Even if it does stop raining and we make it to the contest, we're going to get there all cold and wet and tired and hungry. I won't have a chance.
Well, what can we do? I mean, there's no electricity here for light or heat. We can't start a fire because we don't have any matches. And, hey, I just remembered. Brock packed some food for us before we left.
Oh, great. Cold soup.
Maybe there's some trick for cooking it. Hey, maybe Ciara has some ideas.
Hi. Uh-oh. What's wrong?
We got caught in the rain.
I see.
And we're cold and wet and hungry.
And we don't have any electricity, or batteries, or matches, or power, or anything.
Hey, you don't need all that stuff. There's energy all around you.
I don't see any energy.
Trust me, it's there. All the energy you need in the world is out there. You can't create energy. You can't destroy it. But you can transform it so it can do all kinds of things for you.
Okay, if there's energy all around, where can we find it?
Well, there's energy in you.
Where? How?
When you eat, your body turns the food into energy and stores it. When you run or jump or do any kind of action, the energy to help you do that comes from some of the energy stored in your body. That stored energy transformed into motion energy.
I guess that's why I don't feel like doing that kind of action. Because I don't have that much stored up energy?
That's right. Don't worry, we'll solve that problem. Energy from motion can turn into other kinds of energy. If something moves fast enough, it can produce heat. If you take a material that burns easily, like wood and sticks, and rub them together fast enough, the motion will turn into heat energy. When the heat gets hot enough, the wood will catch fire. Then you'll have heat from the fire.
That seems like a lot of work.
It does, but it'll keep you warm. Of course, that's why people invented things that are powered by electricity or batteries. Energy is stored in the electrical system or battery. Then, when a machine is turned on, the stored energy is transformed into something else, such as heat or light or even sound. Light bulbs capture the glow that comes from electric waves. Energy can also change the state of objects. You can melt some types of foods. If you boil liquids long enough, the water will turn into steam.
So energy really is everywhere. We just have to figure out how to use it.
That's right. Why don't we find some different forms of energy? Look.
Thanks, Ciara. We're going to work some energy to get this food cooked.
Look at the room. Where is the energy? Click on objects to see how the energy that's out there is transformed. You have 6 objects to find. What is energy transformed into here? Click on the answer. You've got it. The fan is powered by electricity. When the fan is turned on, the energy from the electricity is transformed into motion energy that turns the blades. The turning blades move the air and help cool it. What is energy transformed into here? Click on the answer. Excellent. The flashlight has batteries in it. When the flashlight is turned on, the energy in the batteries is transformed into light. What is energy transformed into here? Click on the answer. Super. Power such as electricity or batteries gives the pendulum of the clock the energy to swing. The motion of the pendulum moves the hands of the clock. Motion energy makes the clock work. What is energy transformed into here? Click on the answer. Awesome! When the stove is turned on, the water boils and gets so hot it turns into steam. The force of a blast of steam can be used to turn wheels, blades, and pistons that power engines. The steam from the hot water makes the kettle whistle. What is the energy from the steam transformed into to make the whistle? Super! The energy from the steam is transformed into vibrations that disturb the air. What is energy transformed into here? Click on the answer. Great! The lamp is powered by electricity. When it is turned on, the electricity is transformed into light. What is energy transformed into here? Click on the answer. Great job! When the oven is turned on, the power from the electricity is transformed into heat. The heat bakes the pie. Heat transforms all parts of the pie. It melts the butter in the crust. It softens the fruit inside the pie. Wow, that smells good.
Thanks, Yara. We're going to work some energy to get this food cooked.
I'm sure it will turn out great. What would you do? Let's get started. Find the pile of sticks. What kind of energy do you need to bring them to the center of the cave? Click and drag the right kind of energy icon onto the sticks.
Good job.
To start the fire, let's rub the sticks together. What kind of energy do you need to rub the sticks together? Click and drag the right kind of energy icon onto the sticks.
Good job.
What kind of energy has the rubbing of the sticks been transformed into? Click and drag the right kind of energy icon onto the sticks.
Awesome.
Look at the candle. Click and drag it into the fire to light it. Then put it into the lamp. What kind of energy is being used by the candle and the lamp? Click and drag the right kind of energy icon onto the lamp.
Awesome.
Look at the can of soup. Click and drag it to pour it into the pan. What kind of energy do you need to cook the soup? Click and drag the right kind of energy icon onto the pot.
Awesome.
Dinner's ready. Let's let everyone know. What was my energy transformed into? Click and drag the right kind of energy icon onto my picture.
Awesome. We did it. We have light, it's warm in here, and we have food. And I think I have some spoons. Or I thought I did. Where are they?
Hey, do you know what I'm going to do with the energy I have stored inside me?
What?
Eat!
Peek-a-bee-a-bee!
Oh, well, that was very cute. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning was that this is the very last science taught lesson during the Diamond and Pearl era. And so that'll do it for all the science lessons. And speaking of last lessons, the next one also happens to be the last one in the math category, as we take a look at patterns.
Ooh. Ah. What do you think is going on?
Let's find out.
Pikachu! Officer Jenny, what's going on?
That trainer is a talented artist. He's painting a mural as part of the Beautify the City campaign. He's known for counting his brushstrokes when he paints.
Ooh! Ah!
Smeargle! Smeargle!
And look, his Smeargle is helping.
Cool! Smeargle is the painter Pokemon.
Pika Pika!
Okay, next.
Oh, look! It's a pattern!
Yeah! Baneri, Starly, Baneri, Starly.
Smeargle! Oh no, my sketch! Smeargle? That's okay, Smeargle. I can fix it. I just wanted to get this done in time.
We can help you.
Yeah! What do we need to do?
Well, if you could fill in these patterns.
That's the mural?
This is just a sketch. I like to plan everything out beforehand.
Uh-huh.
Don't you just paint a bunch of leaves on the trees?
Well, I like to paint each tree with a certain number of brushstrokes, and each bush, and the Pokemon here, see? So, if you can complete these patterns, I can go back to painting the rest of the mural. Together, we'll be able to get it done in a jiffy.
You got it.
Thanks a million.
Wow, he's really precise.
We gotta help him finish the mural. But these patterns are confusing, and he's really a perfectionist. Let's call Ada on the Pokepilot.
What was I thinking when I bought this?
Hi, Ada.
Nice shirt.
Oh, hi there. I'm just getting some clothes together to give to charity. I don't know if anyone would want this one.
Well, that's quite a pattern.
It certainly is.
Which is why we called you. We're helping this artist finish his mural.
He's really picky about the number of brushstrokes he uses.
And some paint got spilled on his sketch, so we're going to help him fill in the missing numbers.
Interesting. So what do you want to know?
Well, he said this is a pattern. I guess it has something to do with the number of leaves?
That's right. Patterns can be things or numbers of things. Look at the colors in this shirt, for example.
They alternate. It's got 2 orange circles, then 1 purple circle.
That's right. A predictable pattern. And here?
1 purple, 1 orange, 1 green, then 2 of each, then 4 of each, then 8 of each.
Right. Patterns help you understand the relationships between things. Especially numbers, like the ones your artist friend has there. Those patterns involve adding or subtracting, or even multiplying and dividing.
Oh man, we have to get this done in time.
No need to worry. Ada, can you explain how to figure these patterns out?
Sure. Here, look at these numbers. Can you tell what comes next?
That's easy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Yeah, it's just counting by 2s.
It is, but how did you know what came next?
Well, you can see that the numbers were getting bigger.
Exactly. First, you look at whether the numbers are increasing or getting bigger, or decreasing or getting smaller. If the numbers are getting bigger, then you know you need to add or multiply.
Like there, we added 2 each time.
Right. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 6 plus 2 equals 8, and so on.
So if the numbers get smaller or decrease, then you would subtract?
Yep. For a decreasing pattern, you want to subtract or divide. Look at this example.
It's a decreasing pattern, so we probably subtract.
Right. Now to figure out how much to subtract, you need to look at the relationship between the numbers you have.
Well, you subtract 5 from 30 to get 25.
And you subtract 5 from 15 to get 10.
So we're subtracting by 5 each time, like counting down by 5s.
It's like figuring out a code.
Ada, counting by 2s or 5s is easy, but some of these number patterns aren't so obvious.
Right. Not all patterns are simple, but they're fun to figure out. Why don't we go through a couple more examples together?
Good idea.
What is the pattern here? Click the images to highlight the basic pattern and then click Check when you're finished. Correct! 2 red stars and 3 blue hearts is the basic pattern. Now, drag the shapes to complete the rest of the pattern. Right! Look at this number pattern. Is it increasing or decreasing? Click the correct answer. Good job! The numbers are getting bigger. Now, look at the relationship between the numbers. How much is the pattern increasing by each time? Right! We're adding 4 to each number. Drag the numbers to complete the rest of the pattern. Excellent! You add 4 to the number. Excellent! You add 4 to the number. Right! Look at this number pattern. Is it increasing or decreasing? Good job! Now, how much is it decreasing by each time? Good job! This pattern is subtracting by 9. Drag the numbers to complete the rest of the pattern. Excellent work! Excellent work! Let's try this one. It's tricky. Is it increasing or decreasing? Good job! The numbers are getting bigger. Now look at the relationship between the numbers. How are they increasing? You got it! For this pattern, we multiply each number by 2. Now, drag the numbers to complete the rest of the pattern. Good job! I think you've got it.
Thanks, Ada.
Yeah, thanks, Ada. See you.
Adios!
Look at these vermi in groups of 3. Can you complete the pattern?
Child's play.
Great! Try again. Awesome! 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 Great! Good job! Look at these wormhole. Can you complete the pattern? Awesome! look at these groups of starly. 5, 10, 15. Can you complete the pattern? Choose the next numbers. Awesome! Comby loved the sweet honey on the tree. Can you complete the pattern? Great! Here we have to fill in every other number of cherubi. Can you complete the pattern? Awesome! And the last one, this huge amount of leaves on the tree. Can you complete the pattern? Awesome! Awesome! We did it!
Did I hear that you're done?
Yes, here you go.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Now, watch this. Smeargle ready? Smeargle, let's go! Ooh! Ah! Yay!
Wow, that's amazing!
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Who knew there were 12 leaves in that section of the tree?
Well, now we do. Pikachu!
Yep. And that'll do it for all the math lessons of the Diamond and Pearl era. Up next we just jump over into language home. Where we'll learn how to compare and contrast.
Right, so you can strike first, or you can pretend you're going to strike first. Yeah, that can psych out your opponent, but that's kind of a way for them to make the first move. Or you could play defensive. That'll wear them out. Well, this should do it. This is a lot of information. Pikachu! But seriously, if you don't understand me, how am I going to explain different tactics to Don?
Peekabee?
But there's so much, and I'm not really sure how to explain it. I know, I'll call Lex. Maybe he can help me organize my notes.
Pikachu!
Hi, Lex.
Oh, hey there, Ash. How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm planning to give Don some pointers on battle strategies. But you know, I've been a Pokemon trainer for a while now, so I don't even know where to begin.
You know I got your back. Can you give me an example of some of the information you want to share with Dawn?
Like when you pretend you're going to make a move, but then you don't at the last second. You sort of fool the opponent by dodging and going the other direction.
Ah, tricky.
Yeah, but that trick is similar to another tactic I use with Apom. Sometimes it'll just dodge attacks by swinging from tree to tree. It usually gets the same result because it also switches direction.
I think that comparing those two moves is a great approach, Ash. You're a natural at comparisons.
Well, I'm used to comparing Pokemon with other trainers. I always like to talk to them about what our Pokemon have in common.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You should use that same skill to point out what is similar or compare in your moves to Dawn.
Cool, but while my moves may have a lot in common, they're different too.
Of course, and that's where contrasting comes in. When you contrast things, you notice what is different, how things are not alike.
Oh, like when I try to fool them, my Pokemon has to pretend it's starting a move and then stop. But when we use this other tactic, the Pokemon just has to pretend it's not paying attention and doesn't move an inch.
Exactly, Ash. You're a natural at comparing and contrasting.
But is there a way to actually show it?
Good question. Sometimes a drawing or illustration helps. I know just the thing. It's called a Venn diagram.
Can I put a Venn diagram on my notebook paper?
Absolutely. It's made of overlapping circles, like this. Now, for example, let's compare and contrast my buddies Ciara and Quinn. The left circle will be info on Ciara, while the right will be info on Quinn. Those separate circles are where we'll put contrasting traits, the ways they're unlike each other. And see that middle part where they overlap? That will be things they have in common.
Or the comparisons.
You got it.
All right, let's circle it up.
Okay, Ash. So tell me something about Quinn.
Quinn loves to skateboard. He can do all kinds of tricks.
But I've never seen Ciara so much as step on one. So I'm going to put a skateboard in Quinn's circle.
That makes sense.
Now, Quinn may always carry around his skateboard, but Ciara is always carrying her messenger bag full of tools. She loves to make all kinds of things. So I'm going to put her messenger bag in her circle.
Ciara and Quinn are awesome at what they do.
That's true. Let's plug that in the Venn diagram. Where should I put it?
Right in the middle, because both of them are awesome at what they do.
Anything else?
Both of them work at the Learning League lab, so we can put that in the middle too.
True. Ciara is the science expert.
And Quinn has got the skills to skate through life.
What else?
Let's see. Ciara has long hair, Quinn has short. Ciara's a girl, Quinn is a boy. Oh, but they're both easy to talk to.
Wow, you're on a roll.
I could do this all day.
You know, now that you've compared and contrasted my friends, you could compare and contrast yourself with your friend Dawn.
That's a great idea. Want to help me? Okay, so first I want to compare Dawn and me. Which sentence compares us?
Since Ash is not a girl like Dawn, and Dawn is not a boy like Ash, that is one of their differences. Comparisons are about having things in common. Try again.
Right on! Great comparison! Dawn and I both are traveling through the Sinnoh region. Now, can you tell me which sentence contrasts Dawn and me? Right on! Dawn and I have different plans to reach our goals. Sometimes I like to start practicing early in the morning. Can you tell me which of these sentences would complete a comparison between Dawn and me? Right on! Great comparison! Dawn and I both like to start practicing first thing in the morning. I love fresh air! So I prefer to practice outdoors with my Pokemon. Can you tell me which sentence would contrast Dawn and me?
That's tough. Dawn's Pokemon may prefer to practice indoors, but we're contrasting Dawn and Ash. Try again.
Right on! Contrasting is about finding differences between two things. Dawn and I may be friends, but we can like different things. My favorite part of training Pokemon is making so many Pokemon friends. Can you tell me which sentence completes the comparison between Dawn and me? Right on! Dawn and I both think that the best part of being a Pokemon trainer is friendship. All right, can you tell me which sentence contrasts Dawn and me? Right on! Contrasting is about finding differences between two things. Dawn and I may be friends with a lot in common, but we can have different Pokemon.
Nice comparing and contrasting, Ash.
Thanks for all your help, Lex. I'd better get to comparing and contrasting my tips. Dawn should be here any minute. Pikachu!
Well, I'll let you get to it. Talk to you later, buddy.
Bye, Lex. Pika! Will you help me compare and contrast a couple more things I want to tell Dawn? Okay, so first...
Nice comparing and contrasting, Ash.
Thanks for all your help. Sometimes you can best show off your strengths by playing the... Sometimes you can best show off your strengths by playing the offense, and other times by playing the defense. Here are all my notes on those two methods. Let me read them to you. Playing offense is when you lead by making the first move. When the round begins, start out by strutting your stuff. Playing offense requires a well-thought-out plan that both you and your Pokemon understand beforehand. Your Pokemon must listen to you and follow through. You both must work together as a team to have a quick reaction time. Be sure to pay attention to what the other trainer is doing too. Look for weaknesses. Above all, don't get distracted. Stay focused on your game. A great play to use when you're on the offensive is to fool them by having your Pokemon go to make a move, and then, at the last second, it should go the complete opposite direction. Now, when you're playing defense, you must wait for the other trainer to make their move first, and then respond. Be sure to pay attention to every move the other trainer and Pokemon are making. Look for weaknesses. Once you've seen how the opponent is going to play, you can strategize. Playing defensively requires your Pokemon to really listen to you and be flexible. Quick reaction time is essential. Your Pokemon must listen to your instructions and see them through. If you can hold your ground, playing defensively is a great way to exhaust the opponent's energy, making it easier to use your moves on them. Okay, now I need you to use my notes to complete this Venn diagram here. The yellow circle to the left represents playing offense, and the blue circle represents playing defense. Can you drag my notes into the proper parts that show how they're alike and how they're different? I know you can do it! Awesome! You got it! All right! Awesome! All right! Can you drag my notes into the proper parts that show how they're alike and how they're different? Try again. You got it. Try again. Try again. All right! Try again. Awesome! Try again. Awesome! Looks like we did it!
Ash! Wow! Piplup! I can't believe you went to all this trouble for Piplup and me.
Aw, it was nothing. That's what friends are for.
Well, it looks impressive. So organized and informative, just like how Professor Rowan teaches.
Really? Like Professor Rowan? Thanks, Dawn. That's a comparison anyone would hope for.
Pikachu! Now let's get to learning these moves, Teach. Pikachu!
You know what? I'm gonna give that another run through.
Sometimes you can best show off your strengths by playing the offense, and other times by playing the defense. Here are all my notes on those two methods. Let me read them to you. Playing offense is when you lead by making the first move. When the round begins, start out by strutting your stuff. Playing offense requires a well-thought-out plan that both you and your Pokemon understand beforehand. Your Pokemon must listen to you and follow through. You both must work together as a team to have a quick reaction time. Be sure to pay attention to what the other trainer is doing too. Look for weaknesses. Above all, don't get distracted. Stay focused on your game. A great play to use when you're on the offensive is to fool them by having your Pokemon go to make a move, and then, at the last second, it should go the complete opposite direction. Now, when you're playing defense, you must wait for the other trainer to make their move first, and then respond. Be sure to pay attention to every move the other trainer and Pokemon are making. Look for weaknesses. Once you've seen how the opponent is going to play, you can strategize. Playing defensively requires your Pokemon to really listen to you and be flexible. Quick reaction time is essential. Your Pokemon must listen to your instructions and see them through. If you can hold your ground, playing defensively is a great way to exhaust the opponent's energy, making it easier to use your moves on them. Okay, now I need you to use my notes to complete this Venn diagram here. The yellow circle to the left represents playing offense, and the blue circle represents playing defense. Can you drag my notes into the proper parts that show how they're alike and how they're different? I know you can do it! Awesome! Try again. All right! You got it! Awesome! All right! Can you drag my notes into the proper parts that show how they're alike and how they're different? All right! Try again. You got it. Try again. All right. Try again. Awesome! Awesome! Looks like we did it!
Ash! Wow! Piplup! I can't believe you went to all this trouble for Piplup and me.
Aw, it was nothing. That's what friends are for.
Well, it looks impressive. So organized and informative, just like how Professor Rowan teaches.
Really? Like Professor Rowan? Thanks, Dawn. That's a comparison anyone would hope for.
Pikachu! Now let's get to learning these moves, Teach.
Well, at least that run went better than the first time. Enough about that. Let me get the other two lessons set up and
Let's practice with Tracy.
Will you help Brock and Ash move forward and make good choices at the fair?
Alright. Right. Well, we're ready. Now it's time to move on to a life skill as we learn a thing or two about having good self-control.
I've been looking forward to this trainer fair forever. I gotta see it all.
Pikachu!
Come on, Brock.
Ash, we just got in front of other people.
Hey, that booth's about new training techniques for flying-type Pokemon. It'll be great for Staravia.
Ash, we can't.
Don't worry, Brock. We'll see it all.
It's not that.
Don't you think you're getting a little carried away?
Huh?
All these people have been waiting.
I wasn't thinking about it that way. Actually, I just wasn't thinking. Sorry, Brock.
Well, now you know. Let's just enjoy the fair.
There's just so much to see, I don't know how to wait, Brock. You're gonna have to hold me back.
I'm not sure I have the strength for that. You're not acting like yourself, Ash. Since we have to wait, maybe Quinn can help.
Maybe Quinn knows what can hold me back.
Hey guys, what's up?
We're at a trainer fair.
And it's awesome. So awesome that
He's having trouble keeping himself in line.
yeah, literally. I'm too excited to wait my turn.
It's hard when it's something you really want, but you can make the right choices about your behavior by checking yourself. Self-control is a skill that helps you handle your feelings.
I'm feeling like I want to go to every booth.
What would you call that feeling? Be specific.
I'd say impatient. Yeah, that's it. Very impatient.
So you've just taken the first of 4 steps to gaining self-control. Name your feelings.
I feel rushed and excited and eager. So many.
That's totally fine. Feelings tell us how to deal with the world around us. There aren't any bad feelings, only ones that are difficult to deal with. Naming those feelings will help you know exactly what to do with them.
Oh, that's great advice.
Hey, what is Team Rocket doing at this fair? I bet they're planning how to catch Pikachu. Pikachu! I can name this feeling for sure. Anger. When I think of all the times they've tried to steal Pikachu, I get angry. Sometimes that anger gets so big that it takes over.
That's good for you to know, Ash. The second step is know your triggers. That anger over Team Rocket is something that makes you feel out of control. It's a trigger. If you know your triggers, you've got more tools to approach your problems with, and you'll be able to remember how you got your self-control in the past. What did you do the last time you felt that anger?
I was so angry I could barely breathe.
I told Ash to take some deep breaths.
Good advice, Brock. Our third step is keep your cool. Everyone needs a way to stay cool when feeling out of control. One way is through breathing exercises. That's just paying attention to how you breathe.
Breathing exercises? Who knew breathing needed a workout?
It'll help you relax. Try it. Take a deep breath and inhale slowly, and then exhale slowly. Just repeat the inhales and exhales until your body starts to relax.
That did help. I actually feel more relaxed.
You can try and relax your muscles too. Start by focusing on your toes. Wiggle and flex them to relax. Then stretch the muscles in your feet and ankles. Work your way up, focusing on each group of muscles until you've relaxed your whole body. Once you're calm and have self-control, you'll be ready to make those good choices and actions.
But what if someone else is making me feel bad?
That's the last step. Communicate with respect. In every situation, you have the choice to stand up for yourself or to ignore it. It's good to stand up for yourself and solve the problem by expressing yourself respectfully. Don't call anyone names or raise your voice.
But how can you do it so the other person doesn't get mad?
An iMessage lets you stand up for yourself without putting anyone else down. Instead of saying, you make me all bummed out because we don't hang out together, make your feelings the focus by saying, I feel all bummed out because we don't hang out together. That way, you can express your feelings and show respect.
I think I can keep myself in check now.
Well, you gotta try, right?
Will you help Brock and Ash move forward and make good choices at the fair? Let's go.
I wanted to see this presentation so bad, and now it's closed. It's about the Pokemon League.
We can try again later.
You're right. I'm just gonna take a walk to relax my muscles.
Which step did Ash just use?
I wanted to see this presentation so bad, and now it's closed. It's about the Pokemon League.
We can try again later.
You're right. I'm just gonna take a walk to relax my muscles.
Which step did Ash just use? Great. Ash kept his cool by relaxing his body. That'll help him calm down so he can enjoy the rest of the fair. Can you help Ash move forward by choosing another way for him to keep his cool? Breathing exercises are another way that Ash can relax and keep his cool.
Hey, that trainer just cut in front of us. I guess I'll just ignore it.
But you can stand up for yourself without being mean.
True. Excuse me, I think you might not have realized it, but my friend and I were actually here first.
What step did Brock use? Alright, Brock was able to stand up for himself while being respectful to the trainer. What's an example of an iMessage Brock could use? Good job. An iMessage is a way to stand up for yourself without putting others down.
I can't do it. I give up. I'm not any good.
Hey, don't put yourself down. Having self-control is about treating yourself right, too.
It's just that I'm feeling frustrated and embarrassed.
Which step did Ash use? Right. Ash named his feelings of frustration and embarrassment. That'll help him begin to deal with his feelings. How can Ash move forward now that he's named his feelings? Alright, if Ash can relax his body, then he'll be calm enough to deal with his problem and stay in control of his behavior.
Get a load of that munchlax, Brock.
That makes me so frustrated.
Munchlax will be munchlax.
Its trainer could look after it better. Pokemon nutrition is so important. I'm gonna say something right now.
Are you sure?
Seeing Pokemon not being fed a proper amount is something that's always frustrated me. Maybe I should calm down about this before I act.
What step did Brock use? He did it. Brock recognized that seeing Pokemon not being fed a proper amount is something that triggers difficult feelings for him. Now that Brock has recognized his trigger, how can he move forward? Awesome! Breathing exercises will help Brock calm down so he can move forward and make the right choice.
We made it to the big game!
Looks like it's going to be some work to get to the prize. Can you help us?
Click on the difficult feeling in each situation. You're upset because a friend is ignoring you at a party. You let your friend know by raising your voice and calling her names.
Try again.
All right.
Now click to erase the wrong choice that's being made.
All right.
Type in the choice you'd make with good self-control, and the wheel will spin in the right direction.
You got it.
Your sister is using the computer even though you need to use it for homework. You're really anxious and you're starting to feel a little out of breath. You order your sister to go somewhere else.
You got it.
Now click to erase the wrong choice that's being made.
All right.
Type in the choice you'd make with good self-control, and the wheel will spin in the right direction.
Way to go.
feel lonely on your new soccer team. You choose not to say anything about it to others, and you don't try to figure it out.
You got it!
Now click to erase the wrong choice that's being made.
All right.
Type in the choice you'd make with good self-control, and the wheel will spin in the right direction.
You got it!
Sometimes you're impatient with your little brother. You get along most of the time, but whenever there's a big test at school coming up, you take your stressful feelings out on him.
You got it!
Now click to erase the wrong choice that's being made.
Way to go.
Type in the choice you'd make with good self-control, and the wheel will spin in the right direction.
You got it!
You're working as a team with a classmate on a school project, and you're feeling frustrated because you're doing most of the work. Instead of telling your classmate how you feel, you try to do all the work by yourself.
Way to go.
Now click to erase the wrong choice that's being made.
All right.
Type in the choice you'd make with good self-control, and the wheel will spin in the right direction.
You got it!
What is it, Ash?
It's a ticket to bypass the lines at all the training tips booths!
So you don't even have to wait now?
Not a problem. I don't even need it. I can keep myself in line.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. After you, Brock. Liga!
Well,
Click on the...
Well, I must say that was a humble ending. But now it is time to move on to our last lesson of the novel. We once more jump back into language arts and learn a thing or two about simple verb tenses.
I think that I've got all that I need for the water-type Pokemon back at the gym. I wonder if Tracy is done with his sketches. Oh, there he is! Tracy! Over here! Did you find some Pokemon to sketch?
Yeah, I saw an awesome Look at that!
What is it?
Cerulean City hosts a special artist competition. To enter, submit drawings of your relationship and training with your Pokemon in the past, how it is now, and what you hope for the future.
You would win that for sure. You're really good at drawing.
Thanks.
You should enter. Which Pokemon do you want to draw?
Scyther.
Awesome. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh no! Look at the rules of the contest.
Artists must submit an essay to explain their sketches.
I don't know if I can do that.
Sure you can, Tracy. I'll help you. Why don't you start with the first time you met Scyther?
Well, I guess I could try. Let me see. At our first meeting long ago, Scyther shows me its strength of heart. So what do you think?
It kind of sounds like you're writing about what Scyther did in the past, but also what it does now, all at the same time.
Is that wrong?
I'm not sure.
I don't want to mess this up.
I've got an idea. Let's call Rex to help us sort through it.
Hi, Misty. Hi, Tracy. What's up?
Tracy's going to draw pictures of Scyther for an artist's competition.
But I have to write about my experiences with Scyther, too, and it's not going very well.
Well, let's hear what you have so far.
Okay. At our first meeting long ago, Scyther shows me its strength of heart. See what I mean?
No worries. There are many different ways to talk about what you or your Pokemon did in the past, do right now in the present, or will do in the future. And in your essay, you'd probably want to use a lot of action words to do that.
For sure! Scyther is all about action. It battles bravely and even cuts through metal.
Well, those words, battles, cuts, are verbs. They show action. And it's the tense of the verb that helps us figure out whether the action happened in the past, in the present, or will happen in the future. So we just need to make sure that we've got your verbs matching up with when. Like if you're talking or writing about something that happened yesterday or last week or any time before now, you're talking about the past. The verb tense should match that.
So I'd say last week, Scyther and I trained?
You got it. Usually past tense verbs end in D or ED. Now what if I say Scyther and I train?
That sounds like it's in the present. It's happening now.
Yes. Something that happens today or right now is the present tense. The present also expresses what happens regularly, like every day.
Hold on. But would you say, today, Scyther train? It sounds weird.
You're right, Misty. If he, she, or it is doing the action, you would add S, or ES, or change the Y to IES.
But I also need to write about the future of our training. How can you talk about something that will happen?
You just did. The future tense is made by will or shall plus the verb. But usually people use will. Shall is kind of fancy.
In that case, Scyther and I will train next week.
So how can we be sure we're using the right tense?
Just remember, you can figure out the verb by thinking about the meaning of the sentence. When is something supposed to be happening? Now, in the past, or in the future? Look at this sentence. Do you see any clues that will help you figure it out?
Tomorrow night is in the future. You'd say, we'll play.
Exactly.
Now my essay's going to be awesome, but I could use some help getting started.
Let's practice with Tracy. Listen to the sentence Tracy reads. Look at the calendar to get a clue for the tense of the verb, and then drag and drop the correct form of the verb into the sentence.
Scyther blank hard at its training.
Great job. Works is the present tense form of the verb work when you're talking about he, she, or it.
Scyther blank piles of wood with its razor-sharp arms.
You got it. Sliced is the past tense form of the verb slice.
We blank at the Pokemon Center.
Right. Will rest is the future tense form of the verb rest.
My friends blank us practice.
Try again. You got it. Watch is the present tense form of the verb watch. Now, let's practice using clues from the sentence to pick the correct verb tense.
At our next competition, the crowd blank.
You got it. Next tells us the action will happen in the future.
Scyther usually blank in a forest.
Great job. Usually gives us a clue that the action happens regularly.
Scyther and I blank a lot from each other in our first battle long ago.
Right. Long ago tells you that the first battle was something that happened in the past.
Other trainers blank our practice sessions.
Try again. Are there any clue words that sound like the past or future? Maybe Tracy is talking about something that happened. Great job. Watch is how you express what the trainers do in the present tense.
Earlier today, I blank in Cerulean City for my visit with Misty.
All right. The clue words earlier today tell us that the action happened in the past.
Next week, Scyther and I blank to Pallet Town.
You got it. Next week tells us that the action will happen in the future.
Awesome job! I'm feeling pretty good about this essay now. Ready to help me complete it?
Let's practice with Tracy. Listen to the sentence Tracy read. Help Tracy complete his artist's essay. For each set of verbs, select the form of the verb that correctly completes each sentence. Make sure to read each sentence carefully for clues.
Great! Awesome! Awesome! Great! Awesome! Awesome! Great! Look again. Great! Great! Try again. Awesome! Awesome! Awesome!
Now, drag and drop each of the highlighted verbs onto the artist's sketchpad that describes its tense, past, present, or future.
Awesome! Great! 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 Awesome! 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 Great! Great! Awesome! Awesome!
Awesome! I've really got the hang of these tenses now. That was the easy part.
What's the hard part?
Drawing the picture in past, present, and future tense.
Yeah. Well, that'll just about do it for week 4, more of the Diamond and Pearl edition of Learning Week Saturdays. I hope that you will all enjoy the stream just as much as I did playing these lessons. Now, for those that missed that last one, I'm taking a 3-week break from doing Humongous Sundays because right now I thought it was best to let it rest for a while. Well, but it will return at the start of December. But, well, anyways, join me next week for the 5th and final week of the Diamond and Pearl edition of Learning Week Sundays, as we'll tackle the last 4 lessons made during the final 4 lessons. Until then, see you next time.